I am Michael, the warrior angel, standing at the boundary between heaven and hell. But what or who has the right to decide who shall be saved and who must suffer punishment? Lucifer, I once called you brother, but your fall led to this endless battle. Have you ever wondered what I had to sacrifice to stand in your way? This battle, regardless of how it ends, do we remain worthy as angels, as messengers of mercy? Or is this all just a test heaven has set for us? Michael, do you truly believe you're defending justice? Or are you merely a pawn in a game where even you cannot see the purpose? So, if you were in my place, would you stand for justice or choose a different path? Is this decision truly as simple as I once thought? Who is Archangel Michael? Michael appears amidst the storm of chaos, holding a gleaming sword. His steadfast gaze reflects not only strength, but also compassion for the lost humanity. Whenever Michael raises his sword, it is not just to conquer but to protect. He stands between good and evil, and each strike is an oath to protect those who cannot protect themselves. They say he is more than an angel. He is a final hope, a light in deep darkness. Have you ever wondered what makes him stand on the line between life and death? When Michael appears, he is not just a symbol of war, but also of patience and devotion. But is he always right to intervene in the human world? In every battle, Michael not only faces his enemies, but also his fears and doubts. Does he deserve this role? A guardian of humanity, yet always standing alone. Does he ever feel the weight of bearing the responsibility of an entire world? This warrior never retreats, but has he ever wondered if the sacrifice is worth it when humanity continues to fall into sin and suffering? He is not a judge, yet in every battle, does he feel judgment from those he protects? Michael knows that every decision he makes can alter heaven and earth. Has he ever doubted the commands he receives from God? Is his loyalty to God unconditional? Or does he sometimes question the meaning of the orders he follows? Torn between anguish and loyalty, Michael keeps moving forward. Has he ever wanted to stop and ask himself if his sacrifice truly matters? Each time he faces evil, is there a hint of darkness in his heart? Even as an angel, Michael carries inner struggles. He is part of immortal legends, but does anyone understand the pain he bears? A warrior, yet as vulnerable as any of us. They say Michael cannot be subdued, but deep down, he's like us. He has things that make his heart tremble, things he fears losing. Does Michael ever wonder if he would give up immortality to live as a human, to love and to suffer, to experience everything humanity endures? So, what do you think? If you were Michael, would you continue to stand in his place, or step away from immortality to experience what humanity holds dear? A heavenly battle, Michael versus Lucifer. Lucifer, a radiant angel, but pride cast him into darkness. He no longer sees the light of love, leaving only rage. Michael, with powerful wings and unwavering courage, stands before Lucifer. He not only defends heaven, but the essence of all that is pure and sacred. Light and darkness clash, not only in this battle, but in the hearts of every angel choosing which side to follow. Lucifer sneers, Michael, do you truly believe in this light? What value does it hold when no one can see its true nature? Michael responds, his voice calm and unshakable. Light is hope, it is faith. We fight for that belief, whether anyone sees it or not. In that moment, the sky darkens. The clash is no longer just physical strength, but a struggle of resolve and forgiveness. Lucifer asks sorrowfully, why do you still believe even knowing I was once a companion? How can you fight against me? Michael looks at Lucifer, his eyes full of compassion. Because I do not fight an old friend. I fight the darkness within you, Lucifer. The battle does not cease, yet the hearts of both angels now confront questions of love and betrayal. Lucifer craves power but realizes the emptiness within it. What does he truly seek? Someone's recognition or the lost path of light? Michael raises his sword again, but his gaze holds no hatred, only an expectation. As if hoping to save Lucifer from his own abyss, Lucifer's roar echoes, shaking heaven itself. Do you think your love can overcome my wrath? Michael remains patient. Your wrath is but a shadow of pain. And I believe even darkness longs for light. A moment of silence. only the tense whispers remain. The angels watch, unsure where this battle will lead them. A distant voice rings out, "We are creations of God, but can we overcome our own temptations, the weaknesses we have fostered within?" And you, listener of this story, if you were an angel, which side would you choose? Michael, te savi, or of Israel? In their darkest days, when all hope seemed lost, Israel could only look up and pray, awaiting the figure who would protect them, Michael. He arrives not just as a warrior, but as a symbol of faith and hope, an eternal flame in the hearts of those living in despair. Michael appears not only to fight, but to warm the souls grown cold, hearts drained of faith amid the storm of destruction. Whenever darkness envelops, his sword's clang is a reminder of God's protection, a truth never fading. In a vision, Daniel saw a mighty prince towering amidst chaos, like a mountain safeguarding Israel. They knew Michael came not only with strength, but with compassion for Israel, a people threatened and in constant peril. His hand supports them not only physically, but also spiritually, awakening courage in hearts hardened by suffering. Michael is not divine, yet his actions surpass those of a warrior, making him a living legend, a symbol of eternal hope. Other warriors may fight for glory, but Michael fights for the soul of a people, upholding a vow that cannot be broken. His presence makes even the strongest enemies hesitate, fearing the might of one who fights with his entire heart. There were times he had to make painful choices, each leaving an indelible mark on his mind, wounds that never heal. He stands there in silence, witnessing the suffering of a people he vowed to protect, feeling their pain as his own. Michael does not protect with sword and spear alone, but with courage and fierce determination, recognizing that every soul is worth saving. In his gaze, one sees a world once lost, a world he is determined to restore, even at the cost of everything. And finally he turns, facing those who rely on him. He doesn't promise a bright future, but vows to remain by their side to the end. What would you do if you had the power to protect a people? Would you fight like Michael, or step back from that heavy burden? Let your answer guide you. The dispute with Satan over the body of Moses. In the shadow of dispute, Michael faces Satan, a lost soul, resolute against temptation, yet humble before God. When Satan challenges him, Michael wields neither power nor weapons, but holds firm to faith, a shield impenetrable in this encounter. Satan mocks, claiming Moses belongs to him due to his sins. But Michael responds with calm yet resolute words, "The Lord rebukes you." His words resound like thunder, a majestic truth conveyed by Michael, refusing any blasphemy. Michael does not judge on his own, he maintains absolute loyalty, never overstepping God's authority, embodying unmatched humility and trust. Satan's arrogance falters before Michael's reverence, a confrontation where every action becomes a measure of their morality. In this encounter, Michael is not the mightiest but the most steadfast, drawing strength from his obedience to God. The surroundings fall silent as these opposing forces confront each other. Pride on one side, unbreakable loyalty on the other. Michael's loyalty is not merely duty, but a deeply human choice where ethics and loyalty intertwine. Michael understands that true victory does not come from power alone, but from integrity and unwavering dedication to his ideals. His words bear no threat, but are resolute and unwavering. "The Lord rebukes you," a declaration that brings Satan to silence. In this quiet battle, Michael remains composed, unprovoked by Satan's taunts, choosing compassion and restraint. Michael's loyalty demonstrates that true strength comes from faith and courage, rather than oppression and pride. This encounter raises a question: will we choose humility and loyalty, or let pride take control? This moral question is not only for Michael, but for all of us, those listening to this story. What would you choose if faced with the temptation of power? Would you stand for justice, or let pride cloud your judgment? Michael in the sacred battle, Daniel's vision. In the flickering light of prophecy, Michael appears as a sacred flame, facing the enveloping darkness, not with sheer strength, but with unwavering resolve. The scene is sacred, a battle not just for power, but for the meaning of loyalty and sacrifice. Michael knows that if he fails, darkness will consume everything. 21 long days, thwarted by the prince of the Persian kingdom, an unyielding dark force. It is a brutal test of anyone's faith and courage. Michael enters without hesitation. He knows if he doesn't break through the barrier, the divine message will not reach Daniel. To him, this is not just a battle, it is a mission from God. Michael charges forward, confronting the immense force of darkness. There is no fear in his eyes. For Michael, loyalty is everything. He fights not merely for duty, but with absolute faith. Each strike of his sword affirms his resolve, each step a testament to his courage. With every action, he carves sacred lines in the air of God's mission. Even from afar, Daniel feels the tremors in the air, a mixture of fear and reverence. Daniel realizes he is witnessing a clash of supernatural forces. With Michael's mere presence, the atmosphere shifts, as if an unseen power surrounds them. His resolve inspires like a ray of light in the night. Michael doesn't speak much. He lets his strength and actions do the talking. It is the most powerful message, no need for flowery words, just genuine actions. In Michael's eyes, every battle brings him closer to protecting humanity. A heavy responsibility, but he never steps back, knowing no one else can do this work. For Michael, this battle is the clash of light and darkness, hope and despair. He knows, despite the challenges, light will always find a way, and he is the one to open that path. Every clash with darkness forces him to confront his own inner trials. How does he keep hatred from blinding him, and how does he hold on to faith in a bloody conflict? Daniel stands silently, a question lingering in his mind. Is sacrifice sometimes the only way to find justice in this world? After the battle, Daniel cannot help but ponder strength and responsibility. Is true strength the ability to protect without destroying? Or does the truth lie in balancing both? When Michael fades from view, Daniel still senses his presence, a reminder that light will always be there as long as people have faith. What about you? Don't we all sometimes face the darkness within ourselves? As Michael confronts the world's darkness, are you willing to fight for your beliefs? Michael, the protector of humanity in the final days. The night sky is dark, as if signaling a great event on the horizon. Michael, the Archangel, stands as a radiant beacon amidst the endless darkness. The prophecy states that when the heavenly trumpet sounds, Michael will descend with a blazing sword, leading humanity to the final threshold of life and salvation. Each of his steps exudes absolute power and calm, causing all evil forces to tremble. This is his mission, not just to fight, but to protect humanity. Before the battle begins, Michael pauses, his gaze piercing through all time and space, understanding that this mission is an unavoidable destiny. The tension fills the air as if the world is holding its breath, awaiting the decisive moment. Michael knows this battle is not merely for victory, but for the soul of every human. As Armageddon commences, waves of power surge. Michael leads the army of angels, yet he shows no arrogance, only responsibility and deep compassion. Each glance from him carries a challenging message. Is humanity truly worthy of salvation? Have we learned from our mistakes? Every gesture of Michael seems to question each soul about choice, to stand with the light or to fall into eternal darkness. His courage lies not only in physical strength, but in his determination to protect humanity, even knowing they may betray him. When his flaming sword slices through darkness, each strike is a reminder that we live under the protection of higher beings. Michael is not just a warrior, but a figure of compassion. He mourns destruction and loss, yet must fulfill his mission. As the battle intensifies, Michael's gaze remains resolute, showing no hesitation, as if knowing that righteousness will ultimately prevail. The sky brightens at dawn, but Michael does not stop. He knows the battle is not just here, but in the hearts and minds of humanity. Michael's fight is not only against enemies, but also a test for us. Will we choose peace or continue to spiral into darkness? When all settles, Michael stands, gazing upon humanity with a look of mixed hope and sadness. Have we truly learned anything from this battle? What would you do? If you stood before Michael, would you have the courage to choose the light? Or would you let darkness lead your way? Michael's mission through time. In the thick darkness, Michael holds not only a sword, but the faith of all humanity. He stands not just as a warrior, but as a beacon for lost souls. When facing evil, Michael does not waver. His gaze is sharp like a sword, but deep within lies kindness and mercy, ready to forgive those who have lost their way. He is not merely an angel, but a symbol of unyielding resistance. In each battle, he not only defeats enemies, but inspires hope in those who have lost faith. Every wound on his body is a story, a reminder of his courage and love for innocent souls. For Michael, fighting is not for glory, but for salvation. Michael's wings not only lift him, but serve as a shield for the weak, protecting them from the darkness of the world. It is his promise to humanity. There are moments he has wanted to give up as the battle seems endless, but the prayers of humankind hold him, pulling him back to the battlefield. Michael is not unfeeling. On the contrary, he deeply senses the pain and injustice in the world. This strengthens his resolve to face every dark force. On Michael's shoulders rests a burden few can understand, the weight of choosing between justice and mercy, between the sword and forgiveness. When darkness covers the earth, Michael becomes the only flame still burning. A small but resilient flame, ready to guide and warm those lost. People call him the warrior angel, but to Michael, he is simply a keeper of peace, a protector of the weak, willing to sacrifice everything to uphold it. Every battle he fights is a psychological struggle, where he not only fights enemies, but wrestles with the conflicts in his own heart. But he always rises, always chooses to protect. For him, loyalty is not merely duty but faith. He never betrays humanity's trust, and this makes him a symbol of eternity. Perhaps not everyone understands the burden Michael carries, but all see the light he radiates, a light that never fades, even when all hope seems lost. Michael stands there, a stranger yet familiar, someone not of this world but here for all. He is the answer to humanity's prayers in its darkest night. And now he looks at us, his eyes asking, will we dare to stand as he does, to face evil without fear, to become a flame in the darkness? So which path will you choose? Will you have the courage to stand for justice, not only to believe in Michael, but to believe in yourself in this never-ending battle? If you feel the protection of Archangel Michael is powerful, share your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel to explore more legendary stories of angels and saints. See you in the next video.